There's a secret to storytelling, and it doesn't require you to film a thing. This trick makes your videos feel more cinematic in literal minutes, and some of your favorite creators are using it and you probably didn't even realize. Let's talk about it. By the way, this video is sponsored by Storyblocks. All right, so let's spill the tea on the hack that no one talks about. The hack is all about using stock media to enhance your videos. If you don't know what stock media is, it's essentially ready-made videos, images, sound effects, templates, etc. And if you utilize them correctly, hint, I'm going to tell you how to do that in today's video, you'll be able to tell better stories, create higher quality content, and generally enhance your social media content. Think of it like your secret toolkit. It will allow you to improve your content after filming in post-production without you having to film anything new. You can get access to all of the videos, images, templates, sound effects that I mentioned throughout this video by heading to storyblocks.com/jade or heading to the link in my description. Okay, so the first hack for using stock media to enhance your content is my personal favorite. I'm calling this hack the lazy girl hack. This is essentially when you've created a piece of content, you've sat down to edit it, and you realize that you're actually missing some key scenes to bring the entire story to life. Let me give you a real life example that literally happened 2 days ago. I was invited to do an interview on BBC Radio London. Super exciting. Obviously, I saw this as a content opportunity and I wanted to film different moments throughout that day so that I can edit it together, give it a narrative and upload it as a short, a reel and a TikTok, right? I sat down to collate all of the footage for the day and I realized that I was missing some key shots. For example, whilst I filmed a video of myself getting ready and heading out the door of my home, I filmed very little footage of me actually traveling to BBC Radio London, which if you're creating a vlog style piece of content, what you really want is a bunch of small snippets of all the different scenes that you saw throughout the day to paint the whole story and bring it together. So instead of me crashing out and being like, well, throw everything in the bin because I'm missing some content, I went onto Storyblocks and I found content that I could use to fill in the gaps. For example, I forgot to get a video of me getting on the tube. Well, guess what, guys? Type in London Underground into Storyblocks and you will be inundated with videos of the tube that I can use in my content. And I will tell you that all of these videos are significantly more cinematic than anything I would have filmed if I had remembered to anyway. Now, I do this all the time, and honestly, you probably have never noticed. Some of your favorite creators do this too. It is the ultimate hack that you need to get onto. The next hack that I have for using stock media to enhance your video content is to show big ideas without saying a word.
What did that just mean?
Now, sometimes in content, words aren't enough, and that breaks my heart because words are really my strong point. Speaking is really what my entire business is built off of, but sometimes I have to accept the fact that showing something can be more impactful than me simply explaining it. That is where stock footage can really become useful because you can use it almost as a metaphor. So let's say in a video that you're creating, you're trying to convey the feeling of stress. Instead of saying, I was really stressed, what you could do is find footage on Storyblocks which has stressful connotations. For example, a really busy street. Other examples of ways that you can do this is when you're trying to convey a message of hope and you use a stock image of a rising sun. I'm sure a lot of us have seen that being used before, but it works, right? Or if you're trying to convey a feeling of uncertainty and you find a video of a light bulb that's flickering on and off. This method works especially well for people who are really trying to drive home their storytelling in their video content. And since viewers tend to process visuals faster than they process words, you can really use this tactic to your advantage. It basically allows you to build a more emotional connection with your audience without having to slow the pace down. Before we move on to talk about some of the other hacks, let's take a quick second to talk about where you can get all of these assets from. Now, I've mentioned Storyblocks a couple times already, but if you're unfamiliar with the platform, it's essentially a stock media subscription service which gives you unlimited downloads of diverse, high-quality media for one predictable subscription cost. This means that you can get everything you need to apply the hacks and the tactics that I'm sharing in this video in one set place. Whether it's 4K or HD videos, templates, music, sound effects, images, and more, you can find all of it inside Storyblocks. You can choose from a monthly or annual plan and there are no hidden fees. And the fact that it gives you unlimited access really allows you to test, learn, and experiment with the different assets that you're using. In addition to this, all of the assets that you'll find inside Storyblocks are created by real artists who are telling authentic stories. This is really important to me, especially when we're talking about enhancing your videos, because you really want to be using assets that reflect real life experiences, crafted with intention and creativity. This is the type of content that's really going to enhance your videos rather than drag it down. So to apply all the hacks that I'm sharing in this video and get started with your unlimited unlimited stock media downloads at 1 monthly subscription cost, head to storyblocks.com/Jade or click the link in my description. All right, so my next hack when it comes to stock assets is actually to do with sound and audio, because yes, that is also included in this discussion. Now, this hack I'm calling Let Sound Tell the Story Too. A lot of us forget about sound effects, especially people who are vloggers. I notice this quite often. We forget about sound effects because we don't think they add anything to our content. But the truth is that sound effects can completely shift the mood of your clip. For example, you can use subtle ambient noises to try and convey calmness. You can use the buzz of a cafe to convey energy. You can use a wind sound effect for tension. Like, honestly, the list just goes on. There are also small sound effects that you can use, such as the swipe sound, the click sound, the like whoosh sound, to name a few of my favorites. I like to use these a lot in my videos because it's a form of pattern interrupt for you guys when you're watching me. The truth is, a lot of the time you're just watching me sit down and speak. And in order for me to keep you engaged whilst I'm doing that, not only do I need to use the stock videos like I mentioned in the previous hack, but I also need to use sound effects to try and wake you up and remind you that you are consuming one of my videos, right? If you're really advanced, which I must admit I'm not quite there yet, you can actually layer sounds. So for example, you could layer rain with a piano and distant thunder. These are for my video editors out there who are like absolutely raising the bar when it comes to social media content at the minute. This is for you. I feel like you'd be really good at that. You want to think of it like you're scoring a film. Like, that's how deep you can take this tactic, but it can have such an incredible impact on the final result. The next hack is all about using templates to create higher quality content. Now, templates are included in Storyblocks. What they allow you to do is to basically create really cool edits very, very quickly by utilizing a template that's already been produced by someone else, right? Here's an example of some of the templates that are available in Storyblocks, just so you can get an idea of what I'm talking about. So it ranges from everything from intro scenes that look like they came straight out of a movie to templates that will help you with color grading, right? They're basically your fast track to creating higher quality, more cinematic content in just a few clips. Now, the thing to note about using these templates is that you can actually integrate Storyblocks templates with editing platforms like After Effects, Premiere Pro, Apple Motion, and DaVinci Resolve. And this makes it really easy for you to like plug and play the templates that exist in their library and just use them straight away for your own video edits. When it comes to finding the right templates for you, it's all about the keywords that you use when you're searching for them. For example, you can find great opening scene video templates for your content, but you can also find infographic templates for images. Like, the amount of templates you have is very broad, so just make sure you're being specific with what you're looking for when you're trying to find them. Okay guys, those are some of my top tips for leveling up your storytelling, leveling up your content using stock media footage. Don't forget that you can get access to unlimited stock media downloads at one set monthly price when you join Storyblocks. Head to storyblocks.com/Jade or click the link in my description to get started. If you feel like hanging around, I recommend watching this video. It's a full breakdown of all of the kit that I use to create my content. Thank you so much for watching. As always, I can't wait to see you in the next video.